half the fun of this tour is the actual drive to get there. It's really cool. This is the Tam Kok region. It's more of the backpacker section.
What's cycling tours here?
Years old Buddhist temple.
So that carving there took 8 months to do using bamboo scaffolding and primitive tools. It reads from right to left. And it's big Dok. Big stands for green and Dok stands for cave, so it's green cave. Okay, so we're at the level 2 pagoda now, and we're now going to the left hand side through the cave. So if you want an upgrade to be just 2 people, it's 600,000 dong extra. Here we go. All right, we've got our life vests on. Xin chào. So Connie's doing a bit of rowing, trying to help out. I've chosen not to, just hope we don't go in circles. It's really peaceful, even with the other 2,000 boats out here. Yesterday we hired a scooter and went into the Ninh Binh main township city, small city like every other city in Vietnam, and we frantically bought ourselves some clothing because all we were wearing is singlets and shorts. So we got some nice big thick puffer jackets. This one here only is like beautiful, so thick, only cost $25 from one of the largest sort of supermarket type places. And a pair of tracksuit pants and stuff. Made the motorbike ride back to our hotel a lot nicer. We were freezing by the time we got to the shopping centre. I could hardly move my knees or hands. It was bloody cold. So we're definitely well prepared for today, and today's a lot warmer now. Ironic. Cool in the shade.
Warm clothing.
Yeah.
January.
Yeah, it was today the 7th of January 2026. And okay, so we are taking route number 3, which is to the left. You see that sign over there? So we're going this way. Just insane to think that there's these amazing waterways in behind all of these mountains. And if you didn't do this tour, you just wouldn't know it's here. It's just incredible. We've only been travelling just over an hour, and it's a 2-hour ride.
Just absolutely breathtaking. Just stunning.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It's not just what you can see in the foreground. Your peripheral view makes it amazing and not what you can see on the camera. But it's just the rolling hills in the distance. You can just see it's just mountains and other mountains behind it, and then in the distance there's more mountains. And just the undulation. It's absolutely gorgeous. Out here in this open water though, you can tell how many there are. Apparently up to 2,000 boats on these circuits at any given time, which is quite astonishing considering it's 600,000 dong. Yeah, it's definitely well maintained. It feels natural, doesn't it? You can tell why King Kong lives here somewhere. Look at that. This is what we're coming up to, isn't it? Alright. This one's only 150 metres long. We'll see how we go here. Still pretty shallow. Coming into our stop. Right, this is where you get off. Okay, so number one takes you to an electric car and it drops you down the front here. But it's about a 5-kilometre walk, so it's not ideal. Number two drops you down the front as well, but it does give you access to the tall pagoda, which has got a lift that takes you to the top. And then number three stops at all stations, all of the possible stops, and gives you a lift to the top. So you can get on the electric car and stop at each of these points that are regularly available throughout the day, and also brings you back. So number three is 300,000. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so there's a heap of buses lined up to take you on your journey. Stop. the amount of these little Buddhas. They're on every containers of them on every wall. Same with back in the statuary before. Look at them, they're everywhere. I got no idea what's down that way. How long would it have taken to make this complex? This goes up a fair few staircases, so let's check out where this goes. All the bells in the wind. And this is the sacred tree of Buddha. There's the tall pagoda. That's the building we were just inside. Beautiful landscape. Okay, this is number 13 on the map. 3 Periods Hall and the herbal foot bath. That's pretty. You can buy drinks and milk or some things there. Bath, apparently. Somewhere. Huh. Here we are. This is cute again. This way. Okay, here is the foot bath, but it's a bit hot. Okay, so we didn't get dropped very far. We're on this pathway. It's 800 meters to the ancient pagoda. So we'll see up ahead. Okay, few stairs ahead. Going up steep steps, 50 meters feels like a long way. And the second K is 150. And more steps. Okay, this is the first landing. Okay, I turned around, but the cave continues. Well, that's pretty cool. Low. Wow, this actually looks really cool when you enter. Dragon protecting his little pond. That's so cool. She's pretty tall. Wow, that's pretty cool. Hello. Xin chào. It says elevator this way. Somehow I think that might be lost in translation. Must be a manual elevator. Alright. Here's one. That's cool. Okay, here we go. Step outside for the view. Straight out through there in those bungles as we call them in Australia, is where the Trang An boat ride is. It weaves its way through those mountains. Okay, so we've spent about three and a half hours here so far. I'd highly recommend, unless you really like walking. It's quite a big complex, so there's a lot of walking involved. So the ticket 3 that we got, which includes the electric cars from the front right through and throughout the complex, there's a lot of different stops, and there's always a lot of buggies. They're generally always, every time we turned up, they're normally there waiting. You might have to wait a minute or two, but normally they take off pretty fast, and that is a good way to get around, because like I just said, it is a little bit hilly, can be steps if you're not taking those carts, but otherwise at each of the main stops that are noted, there's little cafeteria sort of type things where you can get an ice cream or a soft drink or an iced tea and things like that. Didn't really see much food options apart from some packets of chips. Yeah, it looked like there was some sort of restaurants and things, but I didn't really see anything open apart from one sort of big buffet area right back at the start. And we're right back at the front entrance now, and I'd say you can get some snacks here maybe. There's definitely drinks and some looks like buns and things like that you can get, souvenirs. So yeah, again, our ticket was the number 3. Number 1 was just the cart to the very first drop-off point. I think it's approximately 5 kilometres to get to the end where the tall pagoda is. The number 2 ticket gave you the same thing, but it also gave you entrance into the pagoda, which is that lift that takes you to the top. Definitely worth seeing. And number 3 is from there. I think there's also a 4th option, but number 3 is what we got, which gave you the golf carts throughout the complex. So again, recommend that at a minimum unless you really do like walking. All in all, great experience. It's a nice day today. It's only about 18, 19 degrees, so it's beautiful. Even in the shade, it's quite lovely. At the moment it's the 8th of December 2025, so it's 26. Wow, that's right. So yeah, great time of the year to be doing these sort of activities. In the summer it'd be very hot, I imagine, in some of those areas. Anyhow, we're about to try and find an electric car to get over here. That's it, we're walking now. No, I think we're out. Alright, see you next time.